Hi my lovelies, hope you all are doing well. I know we have entered only the beginning of August, but the scary part is going back to work and school is just around the corner. So I thought I'd just get a, leap on things and do a really simple back to school look, which is this right here, along with a small hair tutorial. You guys know I'm not the best at hair, but I gave it a go, and just something really simple that would be very quick to get ready when you're heading out the door. I know myself, I am a zombie in the morning, so I like things that are quick, that are simple, that I don't have to overthink, so I can dash out the door for the rest of the day. And the great thing about this, most students are on a budget, so I decided to use all drugstore items for this tutorial. Really simple. You can still get a really fantastic look without going over budget, especially because being a student, you got no cash most of the time, so staying on budget is always so important. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and I will chat to all of you very soon. Love you guys. See you later. For my face, I'm going to be using Maybelline's Master Prime by Face Studio Primer and the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation. Oh my gosh, guys, these are such amazing drugstore buys, especially the foundation. I absolutely cannot get enough of it. It's so great. But this primer is supposed to cancel out a little bit of redness. I don't really think it does an amazing job, but the primer itself I think is great. Now this foundation, for those of you that haven't tried it before, this L'Oreal Pro Matte or Infallible Pro Matte, oh my gosh, I have to tell you, this has replaced most of my high-end foundations. I think it is absolutely phenomenal. It stays put all day long. It keeps that nice semi-matte finish all day as well, and it doesn't crease or get cakey or anything like that. So this has actually been my go-to for quite some time now. So I don't know, I'm so surprised because Kat Von D used to be my favorite for nice full coverage. This is definitely not quite full, but pretty darn close. So for those of you that haven't tried it, race out to the drugstore, because I promise you, you are going to die over this stuff. It is absolutely phenomenal. I find the best way of applying it is always with a damp beauty blender. I just find it gives it that beautiful, flawless coverage, and just make sure that you have, a beautiful natural finish to your foundation as well. Now next up, I'll be using my L'Oreal True Match Concealer. I love this stuff. I use it on a lot of my clients as well. The color here I'm using is W123, and I'm just going to be making a triangle under my eye and then filling in the concealer there just to do a very subtle highlight. You don't need to go too crazy when you're heading back to school, or even if you want to use this as an early going to work look for the morning. But I love this stuff. It's really great. It has a great coverage for those of you that have dark under eye circles like moi, and just tends to stay put. I don't know, I just love the coloring of it. And again, what I love about the L'Oreal True Match is that depending on your undertone in your skin, they have the warm, cool, or neutral, so that's always a bonus as well. And then once that's all there, I'm going to actually blend this in with the Beauty Blender as well. I'm just going to highlight a little bit on my Cupid's bow too. But again, my Beauty Blender, bless its heart, gosh, I use it for so many things, and I find it's nice and fast in the morning, so that's why I like to use this when I'm dashing out the door, which is great when you're at school too, in case you're late for a class or just don't want to spend a lot of time fussing with your makeup in the morning. Again, I just find the blender is so great, and the pointed tip on this Beauty Blender in particular is great for getting in the corners of your eyes and just dabbing lightly along the underside of your eyes, or just underneath your eyes. It's just nice and gentle, so you're not tugging at the skin there since it's so sensitive. And then using this L'Oreal True Match Lumi in the C8, I'm going to actually be using this for my contour. Normally I have used a lot of higher end concealers, but using a darker foundation does the trick. You don't need to go out and spend an arm and a leg. And I think the True Match is about $15, and gosh, a whole foundation bottle will last forever. But this stuff's amazing. So you just apply it damp, and again, I'll be applying it, or blending it in, sorry, with the Beauty Blender. So I'm just going to contour lightly by my nose and under my cheekbones just to carve out some shadowing, which is why I chose the cooler foundation rather than a warmer one, because I'm trying to create shadows on my face and I'm not bronzing with it. So always keep that in mind when you're trying to contour. And then, as I said, just lightly blending in with the Beauty Blender, just tapping lightly, give it some time, it will blend in really, really nicely, and you do get that beautiful shadowed look like you've applied a different concealer, or that you just got some nice shadows under your cheekbones, which is obviously the look for a nice subtle contour. Then using the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte powder, this is 300 in neutral beige. I'm just going to set my foundation not on top of the contours, but just everywhere else that I haven't applied it, just to set the makeup so it doesn't move around during the day. I have skipped this step before with this foundation prior and haven't found a huge difference, so you don't need to get the powder if you don't want to. And then I'm going to bronze using Milani's Bronzer XL. Love this stuff. I've had it for years, so I actually don't know that this is still in drugstore, but Milani is around and I know they do sell bronzers, so you could easily find something. So I just wanted to warm up my temples, the top of my forehead, and just along my cheekbones as well, just where the sun would naturally hit your face. You don't need to go overboard, and you definitely do not need to cover your entire face with bronzer. I know a lot of ladies like to do that to give themselves a golden look or to look like they've got a tan, and just applying it in these areas really nicely and subtle will do the trick. And if you want to go any darker than that, I suggest you use fake tanner. But I love this bronzer. It's milled really nicely and just blends into the skin so silky smooth. Next up is Annabelle's taupe eyebrow pencil. You guys have seen this many and many a times. This has been a go-to of mine for such a long time. Anytime I'm in a rush and just don't have time for my brows, this is what I use consistently in them. It's great for on the go, and I absolutely love Annabelle products for the eyebrows. I think they're so amazing. And once I'm done filling them in, I actually go back in with a Marcelle product, and I just line my brows nicely just to give them a little bit more depth. So this one is the, again, Marcelle oh my gosh, eyebrow liner. Again, just to further deepen and define those lovely brows. And then I'm going to go in with ColourPop's Selfie color, and I am just going to brush this into my crease. This is going to be basically the transition color for this look. There's only going to be 2 shadows used, so it's really easy. Just deepen this as much as you want. It's a fairly light color, so you're only going to be able to really go so dark with it, which is what I like. Just keeps it very nice, light, and neutral for the daytime, which is perfect for when you're at school or if you're dashing to work really quickly. And because there's only going to be 2 shadows in this look, it keeps it very simple and very quick for when you're, you know, just needing to get out the door and start your day. Oh my gosh, and I love the Selfie color so much. I just feel like it's the perfect warm brown to use as a transition color. Obsessed with it. And I'm actually going to go back in with that same color using a smaller brush, and I'm just going to line my lower lash line with this, or my lower lid I should say, and I'm going to connect it with the color on top. And then using another ColourPop color, which is in Deluxe, I'm actually going to take my finger and I'm just going to brush it over top of my mobile lid and just deepen the color a little bit. So I guess you could say this is a soft smoky eye, I guess we could say. But again, nice and easy, because with your finger you can just quickly mess things on and don't have to worry too much about it. Anytime you get to use your finger, I think with makeup it makes it nice and easy. And then going back in with just a clean brush, I'm just going to blend the 2 colors together just so there aren't any harsh lines and it looks nice and natural. And then I'm going to go back in with Marcelle's Kohl waterproof eyeliner. This is just in a dark brown, and I'm going to tight line my upper waterline. This is great for those of you that might have hooded eyelids like myself, or if you just don't want to fuss with a cat eye or anything too complicated in the morning. Oh my gosh, I love this because it just really deepens your eyes and really just looks like you've got a great eyeliner going on, even though it's just in your waterline, which is great. And that's why it's so crucial that you wear waterproof as well, just so it doesn't fade during the day. And once that's lined, I'm actually going to do the same thing on my lower lash line as well. So we're just going all around the eye. And once that's done, I'm just going to take a small smudge brush and just blend the lower lash color and my eyeliner together, just so they blend seamlessly. Using Maybelline's Lash Sensational mascara, I'm just going to pop on 2 coats of mascara. I love this stuff, such a great drugstore buy. And if you scoop it up in Walmart, often you can find it for $4 or $5, which is such a steal. And using MUA's blusher shade number 5, I am going to blend this into my cheekbones. Oh, I love this stuff. Sort of looks like an orange sorbet, so I love using this anytime that I've adopted bronzy or coppery tones into my makeup look, especially if I'm applying a little bit more bronzer than usual, sorry. I just feel like it goes so nicely and just melts into the skin. I really love these blushes, and the most incredible thing about them, is that if you're on a budget, these babies only cost $1.50, my friends. Holy cow, I was in love. And then using this Joe Fresh highlighter, oh my gosh, I love that. Check out the gold. I'm just going to brush this along the top of my cheekbones with my finger just to get a really, you know, semi-messy, I don't want an overly precise cut highlighter look. I just love this, and again, with your fingers, you can be so fast during the day, which is really nice for, again, when you want to dash out the door. And I love this highlighter because it's nice and creamy, so it doesn't cake, and it's not a powder, so it doesn't sit on top of your skin and just look cakey. It just melts in so beautifully and ends up with such a gorgeous natural finish. I often use this, you know, from day to day. And I'm also going to just apply it on the bridge of my nose a little bit just to help that contour and highlight. And then using this Annabelle Nude Lip Pencil and these two lipsticks, one from Marcelle and the other one from Flower, which you can pick up in Walmart. I'm going to apply both of these to my lips. The Marcelle lipsticks, I have to say, just came out recently in drugstores, and holy crap, my friends, you need to try this stuff. It is buttery smooth. It blends in so nicely and just feels like cream on your lips. Oh my gosh, it's so nice. I'm so impressed with these lipsticks. And the Flower ones that you can pick up at Walmart, I also love. They are a little bit thicker and the tops don't stay on the best, but their colors are beautiful. And that's really the close-up of the look. So nice and natural, easy to, you know, put on before you dash out the door, which I love. And it's just a beautiful kind of, you know, easygoing look. It's nice to pull off, and because it's sort of bronzy looking, I like the idea of wearing that for the beginning of September when we're still in the warm weather and you're just being introduced to school all over again. Now for hair, you guys know I am not a hair person, so the less fuss, the better. So all I'm gonna do is pull my bangs to the side. I don't need some like perfect defined crease at the side. And I'm just gonna make a side braid. So as I'm braiding my hair, I'm going to be pulling it back towards my ear just so the braid goes in that direction, because I am going to be clipping it back. I have the worst cowlick in the world, and I couldn't be bothered to dry it some mornings, so I just find that braiding it just deals with it so quickly, and it still looks put together enough so it looks like I tossed in some effort to my hair that morning. So once I get to the end of the braid, I'm just going to take a bobby pin and clip it under a clump of hair, again, doesn't matter where, and just pull my hair down and boom, looks like you did your hair, or at least a little bit anyway. So again, nice and great for going to school or racing out the door in the morning. I love it. This is one of my go-to looks. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this quick back to school look and hair tutorial, and I can't wait to chat to all of you guys soon. I'll see you later, guys.